Hey, I haven't made a kind of a long form in a couple of days, and I figured it's time. Um, I had something earlier that I really wanted to share, and no, I'm not exactly sure exactly what it is, but it's all good. So, I've been finding lately that I've sort of been redefining um, what difficulty can be, and so no, you don't know me, and that's okay. You don't have to know me to know that I'm um, it's an OCD thing. Um, about, I don't know, a month ago, I got let go from a job, but that I didn't really like, and it wasn't a good fit for me, and it was fine, but it was still like a shock. And I had some other things going on in my life too, that working with, um, but I ended up getting a new position, and the new position is in sales. And I wasn't in sales before. I've never really worked in sales before, like really worked in it. And I chose it because two things. One, I feel like of all the jobs you can do it when you get older. And I'm 45 and I'm getting older, and I'm going to come to a time when I can't use my body the way I used to be my monetization mechanism. I've got to be able to use my mind and my brain and my ability to speak to people. So I chose sales because I can do it for a long period of time, and I can retain information and learn new things very quickly, and I think I'm fairly influential in a good way. So I thought, well, and no lying here, complete disclosure, I like money, and I want to really practice making a lot of it, and then taking care of myself, and then listening to where God pulls me to disseminate it for him. And so I thought sales is definitely the way to go. And so I listened to the call, and I was guided to insurance sales, which I never would have chosen my own. I mean, no way. Not a good vibe. Don't like it. And I don't want to have to poach like for my friends and family and like drive people close to me like, hey, I don't want to do that. But God told me specifically, hey, this is what I want you to do. It's not what you think. Just go through the process with it. And I did. And every time I was like, I'm going to find something here. And I didn't find anything. I'm going to find something here. I didn't find anything. So I just kept going with the process. And I'm about 3 weeks in, maybe 3.5. And it's really interesting. I have not sold anything yet. I've walked into probably 70 to 80 businesses, because it's business to business, and I have not been successful in actually closing a business and then going through the writing process. However, I have been successful in many other things. I think the thing I want to share is that we have to be careful about what we define as successful. Successful, is usually like getting the end goal. The end goal is money. So if when I'm prospecting for a potential client, I need to prospect the right way and be more accurate to waste less time. And then when I meet that person, I have to be able to be dynamic and hopefully gauge whether they're interested in my product. And if they aren't, cut my losses and go, but don't burn the bridge. And if they are, or they're not sure, I gotta try to figure out where they're not sure and help them be sure. And if they aren't interested, are they really not interested, or is there another reason why they're not interested? So I haven't been successful in getting a closed business, which would directly relate to dollar signs. But I've been successful in overcoming, or at least beginning to overcome, a fear of rejection. and a fear of not being valid or not being chosen or not being important, or a lot of different emotional insecurities that I've had that this job has and continues to slowly chip away at. And I think that's really important to me. And I've found that I can speak to people easier and I'm not afraid. And it's actually really fun to speak to people and learn about them and get into what they're into. It's pretty awesome. And I'm learning that. And I'm learning that I don't have to be afraid of that like I have been in my life. And I think that's one of the things I think I'm learning, is that just making the money isn't the success points. It's all the things I'm learning along the way. All of the things. And so I just wanted to put that out there and share that, because it's important that we sort of have healthy expectations or healthy ideas of what the end goal is, or not even the end goal. Excuse me. An idea of what moves everything forward. So you may not have gotten that thing that you're looking for, captured the prize, but you might have gotten one thing right that gets you closer to capturing the prize. For instance, every Monday I have to make these calls, and these calls are basically to vet the businesses that I'm calling on. So I'm going to walk into these businesses. These are my businesses that I'm going to try to recruit into my portfolio or book of business. So I need to make sure that they're the right businesses, that they have a right amount of employees. I have to make sure that they're not, that they just have to have certain parameters. I have to vet them. And I didn't like doing those calls at first because it's rejection. There's a lot of I don't want to talk to you. No. Click. There's a lot of well, who are you? Where are you from? And when you're not used to telling somebody something, it gets clunky, and then they sniff you out, and then they sniff you out, and then there's this whole spiral of emotional baggage for me that comes up, and I'm and I freak out, and then they don't want to talk, and then I don't get what I need, and then it's now I'm guessing. So one of the things I learned early on, I wasn't doing a good job. I was so afraid of really doing the phone thing, I went to the Google thing, and I would just vet the business with the Google. But then you go into the business and you realize they don't have enough employees, or their headquarters is out of state, so you can't even you can't have a relationship with them. So it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my time. And so the goal is to get a closed business so that I can get paid, so that I can take care of myself. But I've got to learn a lot of things along the way in order to maximize the opportunities to do that. And one of those things that I'm learning is okay, when I call, I have to ask better questions. If I ask better questions, I get better information. If I get better information, I have a better vetting process. If I have a better vetting process, then when I walk into a business, there's a larger opportunity for me to walk into a business that can pay me, or a business that needs my service, or a business that wants to hear, or at least is eligible to even be a fit to work together. And so if I enter into 100 businesses in a week and 60 or 70 are eligible, and I could have taken care of that on the front end, and I didn't because I wasn't thorough enough, or I didn't take the time, or I was scared, I'm wasting my time later on. I need to be able to maximize 100 visits every single week and get them to be eligible. So that's one of the things I'm learning. I'm not hitting the jackpot, but I'm learning dude, I'm getting closer, and I understand I have to ask better questions and do a better job, be thorough. And then when I have a lead, but I haven't got a close, they could be a close, but they're not a close yet. Well, I've got to do something about that. I've got to massage it a little bit. I've got to contact them, maybe make an appointment. I'm not good at those things. So now I have to understand, how can I be not good at those things, develop the skill to do it, and acquire the skill, not just develop, but acquire, and sort of get good at it and have a competent skill that moves the business forward in a way that maximizes, again, the opportunity to get in front of more people, to find partnerships to partner with. And so I'm learning on both ends. Like, I gotta vet better to prospect better, and I gotta take care of my follow-up game, like learn how to do that. And you know what, it just came to me earlier was like, why don't I just use my phone? Like, I make fun in my head of people who talk to Siri, because I guess I was a child of the 80s and the 90s and didn't have this stuff. So I'm learning it. I'm a little older, so I'm a little like hard-headed about it. And I'm seeing people use it, and dude, I'm thinking like, I need a personal assistant. Well, I have one. I bought it. It's $1,000, and I just paid it off, and I carry it around in my pocket everywhere I go. So if that's the case, I gotta learn how to use this stuff to like do all the work for me, because I can't organize all of it. I just can't. I don't have the systems to do that. But the phone has the systems to do that. The computers have the systems to do that. So I just thought, like, I need to learn how to leverage this and like become really masterful with my time and all of these bits of data that need to be in a place that makes sense, that I can access and recall, and that help me jog my memory to help me understand how I can be more efficient and more productive at all times. And so I'm learning that. So the end goal has not been reached, the temporary end goal, but so many skills are being both understood and being worked on that, dude, I'm just getting better at getting closer at getting it, and it'll happen. And so that's all I wanted to share. Whatever you take from that, you take from it. I guess the thing is, like, just keep paying attention and keep trying to go forward. And for me, I'm learning, don't worry so much about like the thing that you want to get to, whether it's like the destination. And it can just like, it could be a destination that repeats itself, right? Like, the destination is to close a business, and the destination is to write the premium that pays me. And that destination I want to do over and over and over and over again, because then I'll get paid over and over and over again. But all these other skills I have to do over and over and over again too. So I have to get good at them so that I can become efficient at getting paid and helping people that need my products. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. I appreciate you if you're here. These long form videos don't do very well, but I don't care, because I really like them. They do good for me. I care about that. So I'm not too worried about it. Like, it's interesting watching this social media thing and actually doing it and trying to learn it and see like, oh, people love shorts, even me. But I mean, I watch a lot of long form content too. So like, I'm okay with this. I think this is what's real. So hopefully, if you stayed, or if you watched even a minute of any part of it, I hope it's valuable to you. Peace out. Stay sharp. God bless.